lesson is about semicolons. So many students and even non-students ask me, how do you know when to use semicolons correctly? And to me, I love teaching about semicolons, but also to me it's fairly easy if you'll just remember that semicolons have just three purposes. A lot of people don't even use them because they don't know how to use them correctly. And to be honest, until I became a teacher, I didn't use semicolons. But just remember this simple thing. Semicolons' main purpose is to separate similar sentences. What is a similar sentence? It's a sentence that goes together, correct? So look at this sentence. My sister went to the mall. She purchased a dress. That's two sentences, right? Last week, we learned how to separate the sentences, and we could have put comma and, could we not? Because we could have said my sister went to the mall and she purchased a dress. But we can also just use a semicolon because semicolons separate similar sentences. My sister went to the mall. Another thought, she purchased a dress. Another example, Dad went fishing. My sister loves shopping. Are those similar sentences? Dad went fishing. My sister loves shopping. Are those similar sentences, yes or no? No. Okay, so do we use a semicolon with that sentence? No. We can use a what? A comma, and Dad went fishing, but my sister loves shopping. If we wanted to put but, or we could put so my sister loves shopping. I don't know. Not even so. Now let's go to the next one. So we agree that this is not a similar sentence, correct? If there's another example of how you use semicolons, and this is really confusing to some people, but if you're listing a bunch of items and you normally just put a comma to separate those items in a list, correct? But what if you give details about those items and you use commas to separate the details? How are you going to separate those items in a list? Use a comma between the items and a comma to separate the details. Watch, it's really simple if you look. I ate blueberries. I'm giving you details about the blueberries, big and juicy. Strawberries, details about the strawberries, sweet and tangy. Well, I can put that, right? And then I can say an orange is full of vitamin C. But I have a comma here, so did I eat blueberries, big and juicy, strawberries, and something called sweet and tangy, and oranges? No, right? Here's what I ate. I ate blueberries that were big and juicy. So I'm going to put a semicolon here because this comma is giving me more details about the blueberries. And then I'm going to say strawberries, sweet and tangy, and then I'll put a semicolon here because I already used a comma there, correct? And then and orange is full of vitamin C. I actually don't need to have that right there, but and then the last one, if I put and apples so very tart. And so again, semicolons separate similar sentences, and they also separate items in the series when there are additional details, and the use of commas would be confusing because I don't want to put commas to separate all of these items. I need semicolons because every time after a semicolon, I see something else what I ate. Blueberries, after semicolon, strawberries, after that semicolon, oranges. Do you understand? Okay, and there's one other way that you use a semicolon. You use it when you are separating similar sentences and you want to show that you're using a transitional word. So let's look at examples. The artist preferred to paint in oils. He did not like watercolors. Is it a comma here or a semicolon? Please turn out the light so we can see better. Thank you. The artist preferred to paint in oils. And we're going to put a semicolon here or a comma. Which one? Come on. Which one? Semicolon, because those are similar sentences. The next one. Even when the house looks clean, there's usually a bunch of dirt swept under the rug. Or use a comma or a semicolon. Comma. Very good. I'm going to leave early today, comma or semicolon, unless the boss comes back from the meeting. Very good. The computer can perform many calculations at once. However, it cannot reason at all. Comma or semicolon? Semicolon. And here's what the deal is. You have a semicolon because these two separate sentences, but this is a transition word. So a comma goes after that transition word, but we're going to put a semicolon because that separates similar sentences. Very good. Number 5. In the first place, it was snowing too hard to see the, what is this word? Room. And then we're going to put a comma or semicolon. In the second place, we had no chains.
What was the last part?
Can you not see?
No, I can't.
Could you turn all of the lights out so we can see a little bit better? Thank you. In the first place, it was snowing too hard to see the road. In the second place, we had no chains. So you're going to put a comma or a semicolon? Comma. You're going to put a comma there? Semicolon, because this is an introductory comma. We already have a comma there. Does that make sense? Number 6, Italy is my favorite foreign country. Comma or semicolon. In fact, I plan on staying there for 3 weeks this summer. Semicolon. The challenges are not impossible, comma or semicolon, but they are very hard to. Semicolon goes there? Comma, because we have what? But, and but's a fanboy, coordinating conjunction. Number 8, I'm going to do all my English homework every night, comma or semicolon, because that's how you get an A. A comma. And number 9, if he misses his appointment, comma or semicolon, he'll have to wait until 6 months to see the dentist. Semicolon. Very good. And number 10, there are many negative side effects to smoking. True. Comma or semicolon, there are no positive effects. Semicolon. Okay. Again, commas separate a sentence, but when you use a comma, you also have to have a conjunction, like but, and, nor, for, so, or yet. And semicolons also separate items in a series when the use of commas is confusing. Thank you.